As a social worker, you'll need to be aware of the following 7 factors, 7 elements, when attempting to assist a client of a particular ethnic group. If there's a specific ethnic group that you are working with, a social worker should, 1, be completely up to date on the code of ethics involving helping this particular ethnic group. If you are working with ethnic clients, it's very important that you have the most recent information as to the code of ethics pertaining to the distribution of services to that particular ethnic group. Secondly, you need to also be up to date in your knowledge, have current knowledge about typical human responses to stress and then specific responses that are known to be true of a particular ethnic group. Responses to stress. Keep your knowledge up to date there for that particular ethnic client, as often your work involves stressful situations. You also need to understand the policies and services, all the policies and services to whatever particular area you're affiliated with, that you might competently offer services to the minority client. So if you're not understanding all the policies and services, then you won't be giving the best help available because you won't know everything that might pertain to that particular ethnic group. So as they apply in that area, whatever agency you're affiliated with, make sure you understand all their policies and services so that you can give the best help possible. Number 4, you need to be aware of your own ethnicity and how that affects the way you react with people of similar ethnic background or different ethnic background. And so there's a need for self-awareness as well. This is not something studied from a book or anything like that, but just how who I am and how I would react to people of similar or different ethnicity. 5, you need to realize that there are particular environmental problems involved with certain ethnic groups, to be aware of those environmental problems, that you might have the proper solutions. So if you understand the environment and the problems that come from it, then you can get a good problem resolution from that. So be aware then, realistically assess the social environment and the background. Next, you need to realize that, or find out, is this person coming for help voluntarily or involuntarily? And if the intervention then is voluntary, that calls for one type of response, but if the intervention is involuntary, it calls for a completely different form of response. And so as a social worker, you'll want to determine that. And then finally, number 7, utilize your general knowledge and keep up to date where you can so that you can be the best advocate for disadvantaged groups in your community. So as a social worker, yes, you're obviously helping people, but the following 7 things are absolutely critical for you to stay on top of. What is the most up-to-date code of ethics with the particular ethnic group that I'm working with? What are general human responses to stress, but more specifically, or particularly, what are the specific ethnic responses to stress, so you can be prepared to deal with that. Understand all the policies and services to whatever agency you are attached to, so that when the time comes, you're ready with the information to go so that you can help them the best way possible. Aware of your own ethnic background as it relates to relating to people of similar ethnicity or different ethnicity, so that there's not a slow up there or a tripping up because you weren't aware of your own responses. And then finally, not finally, but 5th, being aware then of the social environment specific to the ethnic group so that you can come up with the best problem resolution. 7, is the intervention taking place voluntarily or involuntarily, and having a plan for both. And then finally, 7, using your general knowledge as well as specific study so that you can be the very best advocate for the particular disadvantaged group that you are dealing with in your community.